Hello, constant viewer. So we heard you have a very specific fear of clowns, little twin girls, hotel rooms, the tall grass, mist, and Jack Nicholson. We at RumourJuice have determined you have been exposed to the so-called Stephen King movie virus.
Thanks an awful lot for being here.
You scared me. That was mean.
That is why we strongly recommend to satisfy your curiosity and watch this awesome video where we explore the many mysteries surrounding King's film and TV adaptations. And there are plenty. One of the actors had to literally be buried to get a scene right. Also, one of King's stories almost seeped into reality this Halloween. Or, you may be a fan of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, but King surely isn't. You'll learn why in just a moment. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, try to count and share in the comments section below how many Stephen King's on-screen cameos we have included in this clip. For you see, the pop culture titan has a habit of appearing in adaptations of his own creative works, but thinks he brings bad luck. You have to consider that I'm a jinx. Every movie that I'm in bombs. This was King's response to when he was requested to continue the tradition and appear in this year's It Chapter 2. Ultimately, King agreed, and the movie still did pretty well. Oh, but we're being unreasonably humble. In fact, It Chapter 1 grossed over $700 million worldwide, and It Chapter 2 has grossed over $453 million, which ranks them among the highest-grossing horror films ever made. Stephen King did some good to Sons of Anarchy too. Though not based on King's writing, the drama series about an outlaw motorcycle club has gathered a cult following and was praised by critics. Yep, Stephen King was in it too. He appeared in Season 3 as a cleanup guy who helps to remove a body, no less.
The cleaner guy?
Yeah, he's independent. He works for around $2 or $3 grand, but he is good.
By the way, King got to meet and act together with Son's Ron Perlman, who's acted in 2 of his movies, Sleepwalkers and the made-for-TV version of Desperation. Yet, while King is fairly recognizable to moviegoers, some people have trouble recognizing him as the author of some of the most iconic stories ever told. Once, an older lady approached King at a supermarket to say she wasn't a fan of his horror books and preferred more genuine things, like The Shawshank Redemption. And even when King told her he wrote that as well, the lady did not believe him. Regardless, humanity collectively agrees that The Shawshank Redemption is one of the best movies ever made. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman are excellent as its main characters. Can you imagine, say, Tom Cruise and Harrison Ford playing Andy and Red instead? No? That almost happened, as the movie's creators considered them as leads at one point. Brad Pitt could have had a part but declined due to his growing success after Thelma and Louise. Another beloved movie based on Stephen King's story is The Shining. The only drawback here is that King himself hates Stanley Kubrick's iconic 1980 adaptation. He described the movie as too cold and accused it of not providing any sense of emotional investment in the Torrance family. Moreover, the writer dissed Jack Nicholson's performance. Instead of showing a nuanced descent into madness, Nicholson went in as an already very unstable character. The guy is crazy, so where is the tragedy if the guy shows up for his job interview and he's already bonkers? No, I hated what Kubrick did with that, King explained. Perhaps he would have thrown Kubrick's screenplay away had he had the chance. Just like he did with the first pages of Carrie, his 1974 debut novel that propelled him to stardom. Initially, King didn't like his own story. Luckily, his wife Tabitha saved the pages and persuaded him to finish the novel. It was soon adapted into a horror film directed by Brian De Palma. Actress Sissy Spacek, who played the titular character, was very determined to make the movie memorable. For instance, Spacek didn't want it to be a stunt double's hand in the final scene, where Carrie's hand literally reaches out from beyond the grave. So, the actress was positioned under the rocks and gravel. Director De Palma recalled how they had to actually bury her. We had to put her in a box and stick her underneath the ground. Well, I had her husband, who was an on-set crew member, bury her because I certainly didn't want to bury her. King loved the movie so much that when he heard about plans to make a new adaptation in 2013, he remarked, "The real question is why, when the original was so good." This Halloween season, a real-life Carrie scenario almost occurred in southern Ohio. A 20-year-old woman was found drenched in blood in a wrecked car. She lost control of the vehicle when a deer leapt directly in front of her, in the middle of the night no less. Sounds like a sentence from a horror movie script. Luckily, the woman was not hurt in the accident, but her Carrie Halloween makeup did make first responders and paramedics think she was dead. Fittingly, social media users have crowned her Miss Halloween 2019. Mr. King would surely have found this story amusing. Unlike one particular TV adaptation of his novel Under the Dome, the eponymous CBS series ran for 3 seasons before being canceled, and King is still bitter about how they handled the source material. So, he has a proposition for Netflix. How about Netflix bringing back Under the Dome, only starting from scratch and actually doing the book? King tweeted this June. We hope that at least some of the latest King adaptations would satisfy him and us viewers. HBO's The Outsider, Amazon's The Dark Tower, Julianne Moore led Lisey's Story, The Stand, Season 3 of Mr. Mercedes, and Season 2 of Castle Rock. What's your favorite Stephen King on-screen adaptation?